open season 5 on dirty footwear. Cersei is pressuring her friend into having a chat to the neighbourhood weirdo. They find her having a bloody nap. She sucks out some blood and tells Cersei about her future. Hysterical laughter, she needs a band-aid. There's dead Tywin. Jaime is worried that funeral guests are going to loot all their shit. Cersei doesn't care because her psychic female powers know he fucking freed Tyrion. She holds him responsible for Tywin's death and does a walkout. Jaime wonders why they always meet at the funeral parlour. Tyrion falls out of a suitcase. Varys apologises for the rough ride. They've arrived in Pentos at the house of Illyrio. Tyrion fucking downs some wine and does a mint power yak. Cut to a construction site. Cultural heritage gets fucked on in Meereen, because that's how Daenerys Targaryen rolls. After a tough day of demolition, this fella goes to the brothel. Because he doesn't have a cock, he enjoys a head scratch and quality time together. He gets his throat slit by some cheeky wanker in a mask. The mask belongs to the Sons of the Harpy, a terrorist organisation that doesn't want Dany on their turf. Her solution is to kill him, and Grey Worm is like, no worries. Barristan is like, I'm getting too old for this shit. Missandei asks why a eunuch would go to a brothel. Wormsy doesn't want to talk about feelings and brothels. He grabs his spear to go kill extremists. Meanwhile, after young Ollie killed Jono's girlfriend, Jon gives him free training. He mildly bullies Ollie throughout the training. Alistair Thorne is still alive and he's the new Lord Commander. He's also proper racist towards wildlings. Jono has a super awkward lift ride with Melisandre who wants to know about his sex life. She likes a bloody bloke with experience. Pinky and the Brain want Jono to convince Mance and the wildlings to work for him. They offer competitive wages, citizenship and generous retirement benefits. Gothic Sansa and Littlefinger watch Robb and Aaron getting his ass kicked. Unfortunately, the only thing he is good at was sucking on his mum's tit. Brienne has a whinge about how shithouse her quest is to protect the Stark girls. And wouldn't you know it, Sansa goes right past them in a horse and carriage, having a yarn to Littlefinger about the art of lies and deception. Loras tries to say nice things about Tywin, but Cersei is distracted watching the job of being queen slip away from her, which makes her cranky. She then has a chat to her Uncle Kevin about religion, because his son, her cousin Lancel, has become a fanatic. He awkwardly asks her forgiveness, alluding to the days when they used to root like rabbits and gave Robbo too much wine, fucking up his hunting. After the funeral, Marjorie interrupts some man love. She chats to her brother about if he'll still be marrying Cersei, cause it was really Tywin that was pushing that. Tyrion is still enjoying his holiday sinking piss, whereas Varys is fucking relentless. He's like, work, the realm. It's like, fucking shut the fuck up, enjoy the weather, go to the beach and grab a cocktail. His Dal Lorak has been to Yunkai trying to get people to like Dany. He says you should reopen the fighting pits, families enjoy the day out, she doesn't like his ideas. After sex, Dany rants about the fighting pits. Dario says the fighting pits made me a good bloke, just bloody reopen them. Grumpy Dragon's a bored prisoner. Jono can't convince Mance to bend the knee to Stannis. Stannis can't convince Mance to bend the knee to Stannis, so they set him on fire. Jono puts him out of his fucking misery though by putting a bloody arrow in his heart. Top bloke.
Oh, good God, y'all. What is good for? And the mercy seat is awaiting, and I think my head is burning. In a way I'm yearning to be done with all this weighing up a truth. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And anyway, I told the truth, and I'm not afraid to die.
Well, the death toll is officially off and racing. R.I.P. Mance Rayder, you lovely free folk motherfucker. The one overwhelming feeling I had after watching this episode was, fuck, I love Game of Thrones. Thank you for being in my life again. I love Tyrion's beard. I love that Tywin Lannister is an a-hole, yet I already miss his presence. Seeing him dead as a doornail with them fucking stones on his eyes was sad. And I gotta tell ya, I think I'm loving Jon Snow. He's growing on me. And his scenes in this episode were some of the best, especially this juicy one at the end between him and Mance Rayder that chewed up a fair whack of the time code, but you know, it showed Jono as he's learnt to think about his own skin, and he's probably looking at Mance and seeing his fucking father sticking to his pride. I can't wait to see the consequences for Jono after shooting Mance to put him out of his misery. Thematically, this episode is titled The Wars to Come, as Mance Radar says at the end to Stannis, "I wish you well in the wars to come," so it's clear as day as to what it's about. Key players are taking a quick time out to re-strategize. Varys reveals he's in Team Targaryen, always has been, and is now heading her way. Jaime says we need to be bloody strategizing because everyone's going to try and take everything we have. Marjorie is walking about trying to cook something up when she's talking to Loras about, well, you may not have to bloody marry Cersei. Littlefinger is doing another location move to set up his next gameplay. And yeah, Stannis is looking to recruit wildlings to regain Winterfell from the prick asshole Roose Bolton. And then there's a war brewing over in bloody Marine there. I know Dany, she's a strong, lovely, independent woman, but she's also being a conqueror, and she is kicking culture in the dick hard. I'm against this, I'm against that, I'm against this, and people are like, well, that's, you know, kind of how we've been living for a while. You might want to adopt some of it. So the Sons of the Harpy, they could be the bloody consequence for all her culture smashing. So, you know, interesting times there. Hey, what did you guys reckon of the bloody opening flashback as well, young Cersei? I'm kind of on the fence. Anyway, cheers very much for watching, and hey, we're off and racing. Bloody good times. If you are just finding me shit online now, then boom, hit that subscribe button and head on over to me Facebook, facebook.com/AussieManReviews, OZZY. As usual, Game of Thrones is hard to acquire in Australia for yet another year. Why? Because Foxtel are bastards.